Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Emily Draws Animals. I'm Emily, and today I'm going to be bringing you a really special story. It's one that I've written and illustrated myself. So, grab a comfy seat, sit back, relax, whilst I read you Glass Jars. Glass Jars, a cautionary tale for bored children. There was once a girl named Pip Dupree who lived inside of an old oak tree. She lived in this tree with her strict, bossy mother, who fussed her and primped her and tended to smother. Pip was quiet and she rarely smiled, a typical case of a spoilt only child. She didn't want friends, as she'd rather not share her tortoise, her games and her giant Belgian hare. "Mummy, I'm bored," one day Pip had sighed. "Only boring people get bored," her mother had replied. Pip was horrified at this ghastly suggestion. "I'm not boring. No way! This is out of the question." And with this remark, she stomped out of the room, down a dark hallway where she heard a faint tune. Coming from the darkness, it sounded far away, so she picked up her pace through a large doorway. She ran and ran towards the hypnotic sound until she tripped on a root and fell to the ground. She sat herself straight and brushed off her knees, and when she looked up, she saw ivory keys. The piano stood still as it played its sweet score, its topboard wide open like a big draughty door. The ivory keys were played by the wind. The piano played so hard that it sucked her right in. Down and down through the damp and the black, until Pip Dupree landed hard on her back. She was there in a room that was lit with bright stars, but on closer inspection, the stars were glass jars. Each jar contained a single bright spark that spat out a flare that tore through the dark. But these were not sparks, but children in fact. Their souls had been bottled and their bodies kidnapped. Among the bright jars, a dark shadow floated, a curious spirit who was masked and coated. The music still played, but was now a shrill whine. The grim figure whispered, "You'll soon be mine." The children he captured were under his spell, their young lives now his, and there forever would dwell. Pip's sad soul would complete his vast treasure. He needed her essence, no other would measure. The need for her spirit made him feel weak. He tapped at her aura, and this made her shriek. "You won't have my soul," she screeched in his face. "I'll climb up these grim walls and get out of this place." This dead-faced spook grabbed her small heel, pulled her towards him, and said, "I'll make you a deal. Give me your spirit, bestow it to me, and in return for your life, I'll let the other babes free." Pip's head bowed as she meekly agreed. She knew this a small price for the others to be freed. The glass jars clicked open, all the spirits released, while she braced herself for the strike of the beast. Into a jar, she was now just a light at the end of a rod to guide his way through the night. The shadow then lurched through the dark and the wild, through the trees and the mulch to find another sweet child. We knew he was lying. We knew from the start. What shadow is known to possess any part of a heart? Just as she'd resigned herself lost for good, two figures appeared out from the wood. It was the tortoise and hare. They were there to save Pip. The tortoise stood still, and the shadow did trip. Over his shell he went down with a crash, and so did the jar, which fell with a smash. Pip, now free, ran homeward bound. The shadow gone, left were only rags on the ground. When Pip got home, her mother was there, the lost children, the piano, and the giant Belgian hare. The hare played his song called the Freedom Prance, so everyone held hands and started to dance. What a relief came over her. and with it a smile. She was no longer bored, at least just for a while. If you enjoyed today's story, don't forget to hit the like button and perhaps leave me a comment below. And if you'd like to join me next time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And until then, have a really lovely day. Bye-bye.